Alright, folks, let's get to my third job in the mountains. For the 2023 summer season, I decided to apply to work at a rafting outfit in Jasper, Alberta. For the purposes of anonymity, I'm not going to disclose which rafting outfit it was. The bus had a trailer with rafts hooked onto the back, and my job was to use the bus to take the guests, the raft guides, the rafts, and the equipment from the pickup spot to the start of the river so they could go rafting. The bus was a bus that had a trailer attached to the back of it. Yeah. After unloading all the people and equipment, I had to go to a spot to take photos of the guests on the rafts. And then I had to go and pick these guests up at the landing spot and take everyone and everything back to the pickup spot. Does it sound demanding? Well, on top of that, you were under a fairly strict time limit, made worse by the fact that the pickup times were such that you would actually have to deal with the other rafting companies, meaning you had a situation where you had to deal with a bus and a trailer and up to 3 other buses with trailers, up to 40 guests, running around doing their own thing and whatnot. All within a relatively tight space for a bus with a trailer, and dealing with this from the start of the river to the pickup spot and to the end at the landing spot. And there's more. It could be upwards of well over 30 degrees Celsius. And you had to deal with the heavy lifting of carrying the rafts from the trailer to the water. You got help from the raft guides, but that was easily the worst part of the job. The best part of the job was honestly the location and activities. Not the time... Sorry, the best part of the job is actually the location and activities. That's not the time I spent working. As a benefit to working at this rafting outfit, you could go rafting for free. And the rafting outfit always did a very good job, despite the fact that I didn't like working there. It was always really fun. There were also really good opportunities for road trips in northern Alberta and BC, given that Jasper, Alberta is located right by Highway 16. There were also a lot of good hiking opportunities in Jasper National Park. My favorite hikes were the Sulphur Skyline and Bald Hills hikes. You should check those out if you ever go to Jasper. We also need to talk about the place I was living in. It was called Cavell Apartments. It was an apartment complex that I hated living inside. If you were lucky, you would get a roommate that would actually take care of their room, but for the most part, the building was a dump, in the same vein Charleston was. The building was pretty old, and you could tell from the outside of the building. The paint was very, old and worn out. It lost its color, essentially. The color had faded on the paint. It was the ugliest building in the entire town, and as I said, was painted with very bright colors that have since faded. There's also the person running the building. He would try to scam people by tricking them into paying for parking spots that the owner didn't actually require payment for. Basically, what he would do is this. He would get a couple of signs outside that looked actually official, but once you got inside Charleston, Cavell, you'd be greeted with these no parking without payment signs that were clearly handwritten and clearly made in Microsoft Word. He would demand $60 cash per month and would give you a handwritten receipt. So what does that tell you? Exactly. This guy was actually pocketing the money you were giving him. But in spite of the fact that I didn't like Cavell Apartments, the town always offered a lot of opportunities in recreational opportunities and work. Towards the end of the season, I didn't get a lot of hours, so I picked up a second job and used the money I got from that to pay for a vacation in the off-season. It was pretty good because I got a second job working in the area. My job was basically to just transport workers from an area that ranged from McBride, BC to Edson, Alberta. But there's really not much else to say about that, and there's not a whole lot else to say about this job either. It's just a rafting outfit. You just ran around all day doing that. And that's about all.